he's been given. It's been quite a explosive set of evidence we've given. We've had quite a few breaches. I think there's been 3 breaches this morning. I'm joined with Alison from Police Spies Out of Lives, who also has been following proceedings today. Alison, what have you made of Trevor Morris's statements to the inquiry?
He's another sociopathic narcissist who cares only about himself. He's an egotist. It's very disturbing this morning, actually. I mean, there's comedy value at times, but he reminds me of when Mark Kennedy gave evidence to the Home Affairs Select Committee in 2013, and they asked him, "How could you love Lisa if you lied to her?" And he said, "Mark Stone never lied to Lisa." And this bloke keeps saying that when he had a relationship with B and Jenny, it was real. He was an activist. Um, they were real relationships because he was so deep undercover that that's who he was. He wasn't Trevor Morris. He was Bobby McGee or whoever he was pretending to be, and it's nauseating. It's completely nauseating. He won't say sorry. I mean, David Barr's doing a superb job of just and he does what I know Mark Jenner Cassidy used to do. He just deflects, just keeps talking. It's like if you keep talking for long enough, the person he thinks is going to forget the question they've asked. David Barr's not going to forget the question.
No, yeah, just to remind people, Alison has got a restriction order, so she's not on screen, but you should be able to hear her. Yeah, it's been really, really disturbing. I mean, there's some of the things he's refusing to apologise at all. It's been put to him very clearly. I mean, mostly it's been talking about sexual relationships today, because it's been 3 days of evidence. There's been an opportunity to really kind of spread it out. It's mostly been it's been entirely, I think, the sexual stuff today. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he won't. They. I think he is typical. I don't think he's untypical. I think he's typical of these men, and they feel hard done by. He said yesterday, didn't he? They never thought that we were told this day would never come, and this day has come. And I can't. Well, I mean, I think I tweeted this earlier that I can't believe, given that they have known for a while that this day was coming, that he hadn't prepared a better response to these questions. Did he really think that he just can say, "I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry you were upset. I'm sorry." I mean, like they think, they really believe that they were deployed into these groups. They had a license. They weren't normal police. They were national security intelligence operators, and therefore they lived by different means. They had a motto, didn't they? Any means, and that they've interpreted that as any means necessary. Do what you like. Do what you can do what you like. No one's ever going to know. You can do what you like. So actually, Mr. Barr, it's not my fault that I got in these relationships. The people you should be blaming are the people who deployed me undercover because it's obvious that this was going to happen. Well, okay, that's like it's not a civilized society that deploys people, that makes it their job to go and have sex with people who do not give informed consent. That's not a civilized society. So, if it, however you wrap this up, is a disgusting reflection of so-called British democracy.
I agree entirely. It's absolutely horrific. There was a section towards the end. I mean, there's a lot of stuff said this morning, though there was a lot of breaks. But there was a lot of stuff said. But one thing was really stuck out was Barr read the apology by the commissioner of the Met, which was given it was a repackaging of the same apology we've heard numerous times, but it was repackaged again during the opening statements. It was. Trevor Morris was asked if he agreed with it. He got really angry. Not only did he not agree with it, he thought it was unacceptable that the commissioner had made the statements. And it was easy for him to say that unless he'd lived that life and done those things, how dare he? How dare he? So it was outrageous.
But that's where the narcissism comes in. Narcissists, they'll use charm. They're charming to start with. They charismatic. But if you push them and challenge them, they'll turn. And they'll turn nasty, and that's what's happened. And I think we're going to see more of it this afternoon. I think he's going to be tired and pissed off. He is pissed off already, but I think he's going to get more pissed off. And I mean, I think we're all tired as well. But I think sometimes, we try and find the humour, and there is always a lot of humour, dark humour in the hideousness of all this, and I often try and find it. and I have today as well. But actually, it's really pretty. It's grim. It's grim stuff. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm never surprised by how low these people go. But I just want more people to know. Really, I want it to be front page news again. I want because he keeps talking about the fact the reason he feels so self-important is because he believes he was doing a really valuable job protecting the Queen's peace, as he describes it. Um, and there will be lots of people who buy into that and support that idea. They need to know, those people in particular need to know, like, what it was all predicated on. It was predicated on, violating people's privacy and sexually abusing women, stealing children, the identities of dead children. It's totally unacceptable and unjustified, and just more people need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the broadcast is going out almost live with a 10-minute delay. You can follow along on YouTube. I really, if anybody's interested, I think watch it this afternoon. I think it will be some of the most interesting stuff that's come out of the inquiry so far. If you're able, if there's something you see, you think, "Gosh, that's shocking," why not clip it and share it? People did that yesterday and went viral with it. More people need to be aware of just how depraved, how awful these men are, and how unapologetic they are. I mean, Trevor Morris thinks he's done nothing wrong. He keeps saying the whole thing about he's claiming that it was real. It was real. These were real things.
They weren't harmed. They weren't. The women were not harmed. Like the women who he had sexual relationships with, and the wives were not harmed by the wrongdoing. That's what he said. I don't know what they think they were harmed by. What does he think? I can't remember what he.
They were harmed by the fact that there was an officer deployed in the first place. That's what I think. But he talked for so long. When he was asked the question about did he agree with the apology, he started going off about how he really respected some people in the SWP and they were good people, but he had a problem with the leadership because they were abusing the situation. And
Can I say, if it was a GCSE or an A-level exam, he'd get an unclassified because he did not answer the question. So speaks a teacher.
I was going to say Alison has outed herself as a school teacher there. But yeah, he started talking about Southport and the things we've seen there. He talked about how, I mean, one thing he did say, which I think is very true, Keir Starmer's announced yesterday some new unit, which sounds like exactly the fucking same thing as the SDS. But he went on for ages about this without answering the question. I mean, this is the way that he operates. As you can see, I'm incredibly angry today, so we're going to cut it short now. Need to have some lunch. We'll do another reaction video at the end of the day. We'll continue tweeting at the hashtag Spycops on Twitter during this afternoon's hearing. We'll do a Twitter Spaces this evening. Please follow along. It's incredibly shocking. It's incredibly upsetting and disturbing, to be honest. He's such a horrible, horrible man. Yesterday, I said that Bobby Seale would have shot him, and he deserved it. Shooting would be too good for him. Yeah. Ugh. Alison's not saying that. No, I am.